And we finally get to see her eyes. She's finally her whole own person. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be watching Attack on Titan the final season episode 21 and reviewing it. The previous episode was a masterpiece in terms of storytelling. It really makes you appreciate Isayama's writing, the way he set up everything from the very first episode of the show. Like, not many mangakas do that. Like, he at least set up the major events, right? He set up the end game, and now that's where we are. We're at the end game. I still have no clue what Eren is going to do. He's gonna initiate the rumbling, but we don't know how. Grisha said that everything is in Eren's control now and that Zeke won't be able to do anything. Again, we don't know why, because Zeke still has royal blood, so Ymir should listen to Zeke. And that is where we stopped in the previous episode, the cliffhanger ending. So I'm just gonna pick up where we left off. Hopefully the anime does the same. Episode in 3, 2, 1, now. That is actually some really good 2D combat. And as usual, Mappa doesn't give a shit about censorship. Okay. Oh yeah. See, now he starts to see Zeke, because Eren is behind him. Best voice actor. He's so good. He's T-posing. Okay, Eren didn't do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
親父の記憶から自分の未来の景色を。始祖ユミル、すべてのユミルの民から生殖能力を奪え。早急にシャマルにこう言った。エレンを止めてくれ。お前に従ったことを後悔した。父親の記憶からどんな未来の景色を見たか知らないが、お前は全てを見たわけじゃないんだろう。お前がここで始祖の力が使えないことを知らなかったよ。
Mm-hmm. Oh!
一度動き出したユミルを止めることなどこの世の何者にもできない。
Coming for you. I think my mic's hitting my hair, and that's probably making an annoying sound. I mean, we know the rumbling's gonna happen. It's just a matter of how. Oh, it's called From You 2000 years ago.
2ULA 2000
The first episode. I really do like these character designs more. The line work is so good. And it's overall more detailed. But we are getting her actual backstory. Oh!
生きていかなきゃいけないんだよ。
この中に豚を逃がした者が名乗りで出なければ全員から片目をくれ。
She probably says it's her. Okay, she didn't say it's her. That is really good 3D modeling. Okay. Like that. I got it. That's really cool use of 3D. The hell is that?
Founding titan.
Okay. So that's the deal with the devil. Orchestra is going crazy right now. Slave till the very end. That's the last thing she hears. Okay. We have seen that in second season's ending song. I'll show it again. It's fucking disgusting. And we finally get to see her eyes. She's finally her whole own person. Well, we're back here. That looks amazing. Okay. Bye bye, flock. Wow. Is that Eren? Are you sure? I don't think he's gonna stop there. Whoops. Yeah, he's not gonna stop there.
全てのユミルの
エレンの声が。
俺の名はエレン・イエーガー。始祖の巨人の力を介し、全てのユミルの民へ話しかけている。パラディ島にある全ての壁の硬質化が解かれ、その中に埋められていた全ての巨人は歩み始めた。俺の目的は、俺が生まれ育ったパラディ島の人々を守ることにある。しかし世界は、パラディ島の人々が死滅することを望む。この島のみならず、すべてのユミルの民が殺され尽くすまで止まらないだろう。俺はその望みを拒む。壁の巨人は、この島の外にあるすべての地表を踏み鳴らす。そこにある命を、この世から駆逐するまで。
And that's how the episode ends. Okay.
I have few doubts.
And the
How did Eren convince Ymir to give the founding titans power to Eren?
Talk no jutsu. Talk no jutsu. It's a special jutsu created by Naruto, where you talk to someone and convince them to do something for you.
Zeke was like, oh my god. Technically, she should listen to the person with royal blood.
Yeah, but there's nothing that forces her to do so. They all assumed that way because she was a slave her entire life. That's why they showed her backstory. And what Eren said, you're just a person. You're not a tool. They all thought of her as a tool. Eren treated her like a person, and that was it. That was the end of her slavery.
Eren is the founding titan now.
Yes.
And he was unable to unleash the founding titan's power because he already touched the royal blood.
What?
And Zeke.
Uh-huh.
അതുകൊണ്ടാണല്ലോ ഇമിറിലെ ഇത് കിട്ടുന്നത്.
Ymir's what?
Matlab, they went to that time paradox kind of thing
Yeah.
because they touched each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now the rumbling has been created.
Okay. Well, that was pretty insane. We always knew that the rumbling's gonna happen, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know how Eren obtains the power of the founding titan, and now we know how. It's literally just a talk no jutsu. As for the visuals of this episode, it was below average compared to the rest of the season, but understandably so because there's so much content here that's so hard to make, like the wall titans. All of them were in CGI and they are so hard to animate conventionally. And even Eren's founding titan form, almost impossible to draw by hand. So if, let's say Vit was doing it with the help of their CGI crew, it would look like crap. It would look really bad. They failed with Colossal Titan. I don't think they can do a very good job with these Wall Titans either. But there were some standout Sakuga scenes as well, like the episode opener, right? Let me check that out again. Yeah, we got this fight that we just didn't get in the previous episode. Pretty cool transformation sequence. Yeah, an entire actual 2D Titan fight. We have never really gotten that in this season. The closest we've gotten is Eren versus Reiner in episode 8 of season 4, the part 1 portion, where Reiner was animated in 2D, but Eren was still CGI. So this is the first time we actually got a hand-drawn Titan fight. Grisha just brutally murders her. There's so much line art here too. It's crazy they were able to animate this with the time they were given. I'm sure it's still not enough to work efficiently. But I mean, Mappa in-house staff is probably already used to this. What's that? And this, as I said before, Mappa does not care about censorship. This was not shown in, definitely not shown in the VIT version. Well, it was, but it was just still frames. Here, we actually get to see him squeeze the life out of people. So that's very cool. And I thought Eren was just T-posing here menacingly, but no, he's not actually free. He's still bound. You can see his handcuffs here. I just didn't catch that at the previous time. And Zeke is the one who came back to this area. It's not Eren expelling Zeke back into this area. It's Zeke who's seen enough shit. He just wants to immediately tell the founder to euthanize the Eldians. Talks about Grisha, some inconsistent character designs. Yukikaji's voice. Yukikaji's voice. Perfect. I'm so glad. That is so good. That is such a good screen. That is so raw. I wouldn't be surprised if they were actually torturing Yukikaji in the studio there, like fucking grabbing his knuckles and just twisting them to the opposite direction till Yukikaji screams of pain, and they just recorded that. Considering how Yukikaji actually voice acts, he does bite into his hand while he's voice acting. So here, who knows? He might have actually done this. He might have actually broken his fingers off for the sake of recording this properly. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, there goes his finger. You actually get to see it, right? There goes the skin and his finger. It is so brutal. So fucking brutal. And Zeke's like, yeah, there's no way she's gonna listen. Once Ymir has begun to move, she'll never change her mind because she has no human emotions. She's not a human, she's a tool, she's a machine. But little did Zeke know, this is Detroit become human, and Eren is the cause of the deviancy. That's a pretty good cut. Like, see, they're trying so hard to animate it really, really well, but it's just the lack of time. It's just making it so hard for them to do so. Like this here, I'm sure some amazing animation director worked here to make this scene look so consistent. And it's beautiful. It really is beautiful. Coming back to this Historia, I don't know if this is like this in the manga or that maybe they directly went to the Ymir's backstory, but it's really cool that they went like this. And considering how good Isayamas is writing, I'm sure this is how he did it. Like he drew the scene again in the manga and then he went back to this. And this is not ladylike. People, self-sacrifice is not like all that great. Prioritizing yourself, it's not a weird thing to do. It's basic necessity. You should prioritize yourself which Ymir did not do. And her slave life was fucked up. We got to see it. It's not good. And why do they look so sad? Well, they kiss. Wait a minute. Is she a slave? No. Okay. I thought the thing she's wearing, her neck is actually cuffs, so that guy is forcefully marrying her. Wondering who let the pig escape. The only question we'll never get the answer to. Who let the pig escape? We'll never know. And then Ymir says it was her. You're free. You're free to fucking die. And she touches this fucking weird eel thing. And that is the something that she came in contact with that resulted in the creation of the founding titan. And then she came back. This whole scenario is just so fucked up. Like it has a hint of realism to it. And this is of course where the idea came from, that Ymir is obedient to the Eldian king, right? No, that's the purpose of this backstory, is to show that she's just a person, and she's obedient to this person because she loves him in a twisted way. She depends on him because, yeah, she's a slave, and she's never even considered the idea that someone might like her. And this really brings me back to the Historia idea, that way Historia was sitting on her chair. I'm still sure, pretty like 90% sure, that Historia was knocked up by Eren. There's no way some guy in a fucking barn knocked up Best Girl. Like, there's no way, right? It has to be Eren. If I'm wrong, please don't correct me. CGI soldiers in the back. The soldiers themselves aren't very bad, but the way they're composited in the scene looks very bad because there are no shadows. It looks very unnatural because there are no shadows. But there are shadows, but they're very small, so it just doesn't look very good. Maybe they'll change that in the Blu-ray. And yeah, she just kept making kids. Wow, marvelous. She kept destroying the Marleyans. So it was both true. Like the Eldian side of things, it was true that the Ymir is the one who created bridges. She's the one who created roads. She helped civilization move forward. And the Marleyan side, that she's a destructive force that destroyed a bunch of humanity. Many races were destroyed by her. Also true. Like, that's just how real life works too. There are people antagonizing something. There are some just worshipping some other things, but it's usually in this gray area. Almost everything is always in this gray area. And Isayama never ceases to amaze me. He's just so good. This guy has had enough of the king's shit and he decides to kill him. Ymir, she fucking does that, and then the last words, absolute fuckery. So fucked up. And then they cut her, chop her up into pieces. That's once you enter into this. Right? That's when you enter the parts area. Feast, my daughters, whatever it takes. Ymir's power must be carried on. This was shown in Season 2's ending. That is nuts. That is crazy to me to even think about. Season 2's ending. Season 2. Back when Reiner and Bertolt were the bad guys and the good guy was Eren fighting desperately against the bad guys. It was Titan fight. That was the main concept. That Season 2 had this as the ending. That is crazy to me. Foreshadowing to a next level that I haven't seen. Eat and repeat. Maria Rosacina. I don't think that really matters that their names are Maria, Rosie, and Xena, but still a pretty cool touch. Mother bear children and multiply. Ymir's blood must be passed on. If they die, feed their spines from child to child. And they did it in the Titan form, right? And like, this is just so fucked up. Again, this is literally the most tragic story of any character you'll ever see. This is like, what was the name? Just a minute, I'll check. Okay, Homura Akemi from Madoka Magica. This is like her story, but way more fucked up in every way. And yeah, just she's easily the character who suffered the most in any piece of fiction ever. Just the way that it's written. Again, just masterpiece of writing. I don't know how you come up with this stuff. I really don't. This is so crazy to me that a person is able to come up with this stuff. Attack on Titan, I'm sure, will be studied in the future as the greatest piece of fiction ever written, because I don't see how humanity can surpass this. It is so good. And yeah, this is so fucked up that she's still doing this. She's in the coordinate, just slowly making Titans. Let's say, like Bertolt bites his hand, right? It's instantaneous the way he's getting his Titan form, but in reality, Ymir is here slowly building his Titan form from bottom up. That is just so fucked up to think about. That is crazy to me. And then the snap with the change. Founder Ymir x Eren Dojin? Question mark? There probably is something like that out there. Again, Eren's face just not really drawn correctly here. It doesn't look very nice. Drawn pretty goofily, but understandable that they're struggling. Especially since the previous couple of episodes were so good, right? And the latter half of this episode is so intensive visually. And the next few episodes are obviously also going to be very intensive visually, right? Like, I don't see how they can do it without using a good amount of CGI, and it has to be polished CGI. I'll put an end to this world. That is exactly what he's gonna do. I knew it. Kill every enemy out there. And everyone is his enemy. So kill every one of them. You're not a slave. You're not a god. You're just a person. That is exactly what she wanted to hear. And Zeke's like, wait a minute. Is this working? Is Talk no Jutsu actually working? It's working, bitch. She's a person. She's not bound by any will. She's not an entity that serves the king, as Zeke said. No, that's just not how she works. She has a human heart, and human hearts, they are volatile. You were waiting 2,000 years for someone. It just happened to be Eren. And we finally get to see her eyes. We finally get to see her tearing up. Beautiful scene. Beautiful scene. The showing her eyes, it just symbolizes that she's her own person. I said that while reacting, I think. But that's just so incredible. That's just so incredibly done. Phenomenal. Some really good Sakuga here. Yeah, that's... I think this was also shown in season 4. Like the opening. I'll check that later. But I'm pretty sure this was hinted a bit. So insane. Maybe I'll use that as a title. I mean, not title, thumbnail. What is that's his body, right? Yeah, that's his body. His body is connected to his head, and it's connected by the thing that gave Ymir her power. This is just so uncanny. Also, anyone who ever dares to say Kota Yamamoto's tracks are not very good, you can eat a fucking dick. You can choke on multiple dicks and just kill yourself. Because this is the peak of music. I'd argue this is up there with the best Hiroyuki Sawano tracks I've ever heard. This is fucking amazing. Such a good score. So fucking uncanny. What happened to Zeke there? Zeke must have fucking died. Really cool spark animations, and the explosion itself very well animated. Again, I think everything here is modeled. I can't tell. The trees look 2D enough. I wish the composite here was better. Walls crumbling to reveal the Titans. Pretty mediocre animation here, and I think is that 2D Card Titan? Would be the first instance of 2D Card Titan we've ever seen. It does look like it's 2D. This cut was really good, but again, the composite is just not holding up. Honestly, the last episode I watched was Demon Slayer, so no composite is going to look good enough. And reveals the Titans inside the walls. CGI, but very good CGI. Smoke animation. I wonder who did it. I have no clue. Maybe it's Satoshi Sakai. I'm sure it's Satoshi Sakai. Like, let's be real here. The timing is there, right? It's building up, the rubble is building up, and it drops. So it just spontaneously explodes. Gabi, you thought you saved the world. You didn't do shit. But yeah, you tried. Good job. She looks really cute here. Not to sound like a pedophile, but she really does look really cute here. Because that's what she sees. That's why her face is so... Eren's founding Titan form. I wonder who animated this. It looks really good. I wish we would actually seen Reiner's face there when he yelled Gabi, because the Titan itself not doing a very good job at conveying emotions. What the fuck is that thing? That's Eren, bro. Bro. I sound like Lupa. Lupa saying, Brun! I really like Yeah Boy Roshi. I watch almost all of their videos. Looks like we won! All of them are gone. Eldia is no longer confined by walls. They are truly free. Eldia is just Paradise Island with no walls, just a mass of land, no divisions. Eren just solved racism, all sorts of castes and money disparities by removing the walls. And for the rest of the world, they're all gonna fucking die, aren't they? So he doesn't give a shit about it. Is it worth it? I'd argue yes. If I was in Eren's position, probably do the same thing. If they're trying to take away my freedom and the freedom of my people, everyone on the other side is an enemy, and I'll take their freedom. Is exactly what I'll do if I was in Eren's position, except I simply don't possess as much strength or sheer perseverance as Eren does. I don't blame Eren for what he's doing now. He is the antagonist of the story. He's like Hitler, but with good intentions. So, is he the antagonist of the story though? I don't think so. He is the protagonist. The story has no antagonists, just protagonists, and Eren is the protagonist. This choir is still going on. I hope Samuel Kim made a cover of this, because I want to listen to it. This has got to be such just an insane thing in the manga, I'm sure. Hear me, subjects of Ymir. That is so cool. I think that's Annie's dad, right? Yeah, and these are people in Marley, and they're also brought here, not just Paradise Island. So it's not like it's got limited range. It's literally every subject of Ymir, literally every Eldian. Historia is here. Historia is here, and she has royal blood. Eren used the founding head and power to bring someone who has royal blood to the the coordinate. Historia could technically talk to Ymir, command her, but of course that no longer functions. That no longer works that way. Ymir simply doesn't give a shit now. So I wonder how Armin transforming will work now. Can Armin even transform? Because Ymir is the one who's supposedly making these bodies instantaneously. So since Ymir, we don't know Ymir's state right now. We don't know what Ymir is doing right now. So if Armin bites his hand and Ymir is just like, you know what? I'm not gonna make a body. I don't feel like making a 60-meter tall body for the Colossal Titan right now. So I'm just not gonna do it. And then Armin's fucked. They will not stop until every last subject of Ymir is dead. I refuse to let them, so I will kill every last one of them. This has to be thumbnail. No arguments. Okay, I can't even think of anything else that I would use as a thumbnail. This is obviously the thumbnail. 100% guaranteed. Oh shit, I almost saw the preview. And that's all, folks. That was another incredible episode. This is a 10 on 10 season. This is the best season of anime I've ever witnessed. After this episode, no one's gonna say, hey, are you watching Attack on Titan? They're just gonna say, hey, are you witnessing Attack on Titan? Because that's it. You are witnessing history being made here. You're no longer watching a show for entertainment. You're obliged to watch it. Eren commands you to watch it. And it truly is the best piece of fiction. I stand by my words. I said that in the previous episode. I'll say that again here. It's the best piece of fiction ever made. And it'll continue to be that. It's incredible. I don't have the enough of a vocabulary, wide range of vocabulary. I don't even think that's right. I don't think that's how you say that. There are not enough words in the dictionary. That's a good way to say that. Not enough words in the dictionary to just explain how good the show is. It's perfection. Not perfect. I can't say that. It's not perfect. Whether it's good or not, that's up for debate. But nobody can question the show's greatness. And this is undoubtedly the greatest show of all time. And I don't know where to go from here. I think this was the famous manga chapter 124 that the manga readers kept talking about. But according to manga readers, 131 is also an incredible chapter. So can't wait for that part to be adapted. Or maybe a chapter 124 hasn't even been adapted, and that's gonna be amazing too. But yeah, that's about it. Crazy. Absolutely insane. Thanks for witnessing this piece of fiction, this historical piece of fiction with me. And yeah, if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you really liked it, then leave a subscribe. If you disliked it, then leave a comment and tell me how I can improve. And that's about it. Goodbye, everyone. I'll see you next time.